How's it going, guys? Today I'm starting off a new series that I've wanted to tackle for a while now. These are some examples of some of the most iconic images of NBA history. Us NBA fans have seen these images so many times that they've essentially been branded onto our brains. These are the moments and images that define the NBA's rich history and define the legacies of some of the greatest players to ever live. With all of this being said, these pictures tell a story that often go deeper than many of us realize. They're more than just cool images, they're encapsulated moments that were the climax of a sequence of events. They're the moments that were immortalized because of the vast and legendary stories they tell. Today, I'm telling a story about an iconic image from the greatest player of all time. The year is 1991. Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers are making their trip to the NBA Finals once again, where they'll be meeting Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls. Magic was coming off of a decade that he essentially owned. He had won 5 championships in the 80s, and he was making an incredible 9th trip to the NBA Finals. Magic was also only 1 year removed from being a back-to-back MVP winner, and he was already the all-time leader in assists. He was a giver who was seen as the definition of a leader who makes his teammates better. If there was one player in the NBA at that time that you would describe as the face of the league, it would probably be Magic Johnson. Now, Michael Jordan was in a much different position. In our modern day of the year 2020, we see MJ as the greatest player of all time, and we know him as a 6-time NBA champion and a perennial winner who did whatever it took to reach the mountaintop. That's our perception of MJ today, but halfway through the 1991 season, the perception of him was quite different. Michael was in his 7th season in the league. He had already won 2 MVP awards, won 5 straight scoring titles, and had set numerous NBA records, but he was still yet to win his first NBA championship. He was still arguably the league's best player, but due to his team's failure to win it all, several common narratives and stigmas began to tie themselves to Jordan. One of the narratives was that great scorers don't win championships, team players do. At that time in NBA history, a leading scorer and a player leading his team to a championship wasn't something that often went hand in hand. In the 60s, Wilt Chamberlain did all the scoring, but Bill Russell won the championships. In the 80s, Jordan was setting scoring records, while facilitators like Magic and Bird were acquiring all the rings. One analyst leading up to the NBA Finals even went as far as saying Jordan was just a great individual player in a team sport. The 2 best players in the league with 2 very different narratives concerning their playoff careers. For all basketball fans who were alive at the time, they'll remember that this was one of the most hyped NBA matchups the league had ever seen.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1991 NBA Finals. Today, Game 1 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls.
Game 1 underway, and it's a close, high-energy physical game throughout. All the stars came to play. Jordan, as usual, is having a great solo performance, putting up a stat line of 36, 12, and 8, while Magic secures a triple-double and one of many of his career. MJ was on fire down the stretch, and seemed as if he was finally ready to seize the moment on the game's biggest stage. Down to the final plays, less than 20 seconds left, and Magic finds an open Sam Perkins for a 3, which puts the Lakers up by 1 point. On the other end of the floor, Jordan tries to do it himself, drives to the basket, and is met by a crowd of Lakers before it's knocked out of bounds. Still Bulls possession. Game on the line, inbounds pass goes to Jordan. He goes for the win, and it's in and out. The Lakers shoot free throws on the other end, and the game is sealed. With the win, the Lakers had stolen home court advantage from the Bulls and seemed poised to win another championship. At this moment, and for the next few days, several narratives seemed affirmed. Magic's unselfish, facilitating style of play was what won the game and set the tone for the series, while Jordan's hero ball translated into losing once again. It was the same formula and result we had been used to, and it didn't appear as if anything was going to change. Game 2 begins, and for a while, it's another close one. Jordan starts the contest looking to be more of a facilitator. By halftime, it's only a 5-point game, and Jordan hasn't asserted himself much offensively. And then, the third quarter begins. MJ became extremely aggressive offensively, and to simply say that he caught fire would be a massive understatement. He couldn't miss anything, and as a result, the game started turning into a blowout. The Chicago crowd was electric. We were witnessing the first time Jordan had ever taken over an NBA Finals. As Jordan continued his onslaught, you could feel the momentum of the series shifting. Only minutes left in the fourth quarter, Bulls are up by 24 points. Jordan has made 12 straight field goals without a miss. And then, this iconic moment takes place.
To Livingston, Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. That's 13 consecutive field goals.
This wasn't just a crazy, unnecessarily difficult layup. It was Jordan's 13th straight made field goal on the NBA's biggest stage, which was the final nail in the coffin against the Lakers, which were led by his only competition as the face of the league, Magic Johnson. It was almost as if Jordan was so hot that he felt as if he had to make his shot even more difficult just to challenge himself. The Lakers would never recover from this point, and the Bulls didn't lose a game again in the series. In this game, Jordan had 33 points, 13 assists, and 7 rebounds on a ridiculous 83% shooting. If I had to pick a moment where Jordan took the torch from Magic, it would be this moment. In this game, Jordan proved that you can win on a championship level as primarily a scorer, that you don't have to be a big man or a pass-first player in order to win championships. This was the series where Jordan went from simply being the best player in the game to the face of basketball. And if there was a moment or a single image that would symbolize that transition, it would be this one. Let me know in the comments section which iconic image you would like me to tell the story of for future videos in this new series. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.